What's up YouTube? Matthew here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about real estate agents, realtors, and their approach to wholesaling real estate. There's been a few recent articles that I found in the state of Pennsylvania. Now, Pennsylvania, there are some cities that I do believe require wholesaling or wholesalers to have a license in order to wholesale real estate. A lot of realtors there have always been more negative towards wholesaling as compared to other cities and other states. In today's video, we're going to break down this article of how some realtors are bad-mouthing wholesaling and wholesalers and things of that nature. Now, I have to admit, parts of wholesaling I'm not 100% okay with, right? I'm not 100% proud of other wholesalers who do bad practices, right? It's the few bad apples that ruin it for all of us, right? Most wholesalers, they abide by the rules and they don't try to strong arm someone or take advantage of them. Like if they see a situation is better for someone to list their property, then a good wholesaler should use good faith and to let that be known to that seller. Now here, I think the issue is realtors and agents, a lot of them don't completely understand wholesaling real estate and they just see it as competition. And so they're already defensive without fully understanding its role in the real estate industry and how it can benefit the industry, how it can benefit sellers and even real estate agents, and how they can come together and work together and to help, move the real estate industry around, right? And just help it overall for everyone. And so we're just going to go over this article, see what they're saying, and then let me know your thoughts. Have you had a realtor reach out to you? Have you had bad experiences with realtors, agents? I know there are some wholesalers that actually meet good agents and actually work with them and got their first deal working with agents, with MLS leads and things of that nature. So in today's video, we're just going to go over this article and let me know your experiences with realtors so far. All right, so realtors caution sellers about texts and calls asking if their home is for sale. So texts and calls from real estate wholesalers are legitimate and legal. So at least they're giving us that. We are legal, we are legitimate, but raise concern among officials and licensed realtors. So there's no shortage of signs, billboards saying, hey, we'll buy your house for cash. We've all seen those before. In hopes of enticing more home sellers, wholesalers are shifting to mass texts and calls, raising the question among some people if these texts and calls offering cash for the homes are scams. And that's the thing, yes, most people are going through cold calls and texts, and there are a lot of scams out there. Unfortunately, a lot of people do get, scammed because of this new technology, right? Whereas before, maybe someone got a letter. They can kind of read it, be like, oh, this is shady, and move it away, right? But now you get calls and texts from people. I understand that point. But, if you can hear a person, if they sound trustworthy, if they know your area, if they know different things about your house, a lot of times it's just a real estate investor. So the Greater Harrisburg Association of Realtors says they are legitimate and legal offers, but there's a catch. I want to be clear, this service that they're providing, they're offering to buy your house as is with cash and quick closing. To some people, that's useful. However, these offers are typically significantly undervalued. And that's the thing. That's what realtors try to show, that, no matter what, these offers that wholesalers and investors are giving you are significantly undervalued. But wholesalers may sub to a property. They may do seller financing and things of that nature. But they always like to point that out. And the thing is, everyone is trying to make money. And the thing is, we're giving the as-is value of your property in its current condition, right? You can leave your groceries in the fridge. You can leave your 20-year-old couch in the living room, right? You can do all these things that is more of a cost for the end buyer, right? And so we're trying to get a discount. We're trying to get the as-is value of the property so we can add value to the property. But, good-hearted wholesalers are not trying to give someone $1 for their property. They say the aggressive advertising tactics of texts and calls is attempting to expand their reach to potentially unknowledgeable and desperate home sellers amid a hot housing market. Can't realtors text and call too? Or is there some sort of laws with that? Because I definitely got some texts from some realtors, maybe because I signed up with them a long time ago. But yeah, okay. The wholesalers know that any property that they are able to buy, they can resell it immediately. And almost every every case 20, 30, 40% higher than they just purchased it for. In Pennsylvania, wholesalers can operate without a real estate license. The only exception is in Philadelphia. Yes, it was only in the city of Philadelphia. They implemented the safeguards in 2020 and require wholesale real estate companies to purchase a $200 license and follow certain guidelines, including a criminal background check and proof of insurance. However, the lack of regulation elsewhere around the Commonwealth is causing concern among licensed Pennsylvania realtors. We just want to make sure that we're separated from that wholesaling industry, which is really completely unregulated at this point. So the attorney says it has gotten complaints about these texts and calls that have some guidance to protect people from entering into a transaction that they may regret. So just going back, yes, it's only in the city of Philadelphia. I have a video about that. If you look back in 2020, I probably have a video of that law that was implemented. But yeah, I mean, we are trying to get a discount for the property. And in a lot of cases, if the seller wants to clean up their house and, maybe put a fresh coat of paint, maybe change the carpet, they can put their property on the market and get way more. Yes, 100%. But a lot of people don't want to do that. There's always going to be an audience of people that wants cash and wants it fast. Then what else are they going to do? I mean, you're going to do that and you're going to put it on the MLS, but a lot of times realtors are asking for this, or you have to do this. And then on top of that, there's so many documents that seller has to sign. People are walking through that house, things of that nature. There's always going to be a demographic, a target audience for people who want quick, fast closings and cash quickly. So that's why I feel like wholesaling still has its place in this industry. But yeah, realtors want to show that they're completely separate. Well, at least these realtors. But you can actually work with wholesalers, can help your business, but they have their opinions and their views. So if you do not recognize the number, do not respond to the request, okay? Before entering into an agreement or providing information, do your homework and research the party and your property's value, which I agree. Yeah, research who you're talking to, research the company, research how much your property is worth, and not only after repair value, because if you go on Zillow, it'll probably tell you a number, but you have a hole in your roof, right? Your floor is like dipping and sagging in different places. Your property is probably not worth as much as you see on Zillow. If you are planning to sell your home, consider your options. We have found that in some instances, buyers contacted potential sellers do not pay market value. Ultimately, realtors say do your homework. Talk to at least another professional, which is, they want to say me, talk to a realtor, whether it's a friend, retailer, just get a second opinion. Don't rely on one person's opinion on what your house may or may not be worth. Understandable. But yeah, this article is just like, when realtors talk, it's always against wholesaling. It's always like, okay, like we're competition. They just see us as competition and that's it. But no, there are ways that you can work with wholesalers. And once again, if you're wholesaling in Philadelphia, yeah, you need a license. Get your license. I'm not for trying to go around the law or anything like that. Like, get your license. Philadelphia, they have an article about this. Homeowners trying to get out of We Buy Ugly Houses deals find little relief in state federal laws. So this is a story about Lisa. As soon as Lisa learned her 78-year-old mother had agreed to sell her Kansas City home to a We Buy Ugly House franchise for far below its market rate, she contacted the buyer to halt the deal. In her letter to the company, she invoked a Kansas state law that grants 3 days to cancel certain sales agreement. She believed it would protect her mother and any other vulnerable homeowners tangled by questionable real estate deals. Her mother had no other place to live and had recently been showing signs of dementia. Yeah, that's sad. They are definitely taking advantage of this 78-year-old woman. Like, if you see cognitive decline in someone and they can't properly understand something, no, they're not. Don't try to strong arm them, and things of that nature. But the representative of the franchise, Red Rock REI, refused. The experience revealed a glaring hole in regulation meant to protect people from unfair and deceptive practices. Even though Home Investors franchise are in the business of buying properties, they use many of the same methods found in high pressure sales. Well, it is sales, there's a certain level to do it, not to take advantage of someone. Essentially, you can still be assertive. There are salespeople, right? But there's a proper way to do that, which I agree. In Kansas and many other states, laws that require a grace period for getting out of such sales contracts don't apply to real estate transactions. Seems like she ended up still selling her house. Neither does a federal law aimed at protecting people from predatory sales practices. Now, I felt like this was Philadelphia law on residential wholesalers. But I think this is in Kansas City. Only after Kansas Attorney General Office intervened at Castle's request was her mom able to keep her home. Okay, so she didn't sell it. The Attorney General ultimately demanded that the Red Rock REI release Castle Mother from the contract by relying on state's laws that protect the elderly from deceptive practices. Okay, she saved her mother's house. Now, Adam Hayes, who owned Red Rock before selling the franchise in 2021, said his sales representative did not observe that Castle's mother had any cognitive issues. He said home investors demand its franchise to maintain a strict standard of integrity and honesty. And that may or may not be true. Maybe there's a side to it where the daughter is exaggerating a point, because, you know, I have other sellers where they seem fine, but history still, or their family have a medical issue when there's nothing on of health, right? There's nothing. And so that can be tricky sometimes. So maybe the owner of this wholesaling business actually has a point, or maybe the daughter has a point. It's hard to tell sometimes, honestly. All right, you all, let me know your thoughts on wholesaling laws and regulation and licensing. Now, that was just different articles that I read about wholesaling, about different situations, and how realtors see wholesalers, how regular people see wholesalers. And even I'm glad that one of the articles kind of had a perspective from the owner of the wholesaling company saying, hey, you know, we didn't even see this elderly woman. And so it's good to see both sides and hear what the realtors are saying and things of that nature. But there may be more laws and regulations coming into this industry. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll talk to you all later.